now it is your time for you to ask questions to me.
Oh, okay,
Okay.
yeah. So, okay, you studied in the US, right?
For my master's,
Your
but
master's.
primary to bachelor degree in Tanzania.
Oh, okay. So, why did you choose the US?
Okay, so for me, I chose the US not like now. If I have to advise someone, I have broad knowledge about immigration, about Canada, immigration about US, Australia, New Zealand. I can give you why. If I can tell you why you should not come to US if you have the opportunity to go to Sweden, or if you have the opportunity to go to Canada, if you have the opportunity to go to Australia or to go to Germany. I can give the reason. But when I was making the decision, I didn't know, because I made the decision of America while I was in 5th grade.
Okay.
So it was a childhood dream for me.
Mm.
And there are few reasons. There are good reasons, some there are stupid reasons. Because I saw someone, is interracial couple, someone from my hometown married someone from another culture, wherever.
Yeah.
No, it would be cool to marry a white person. It would be cool
Yeah.
in Europe or America. But it was more about America, because well, at that time, America, remember, was after the time of the Gulf War, and you see Bush Senior. I mean, it was like America was at the peak when I was growing up.
Yes.
So America was the only destination.
Yeah.
But I knew for sure. I didn't know all these reasons. So, but I knew like it would be difficult to go direct to America. So I was open to go to any other country, and then from that country, but the final destination has to come to America. And I knew the only way, because I didn't know any other way back in the day. I knew only education, scholarship, because my father was always going to be able to pay me, so to be through education. But when I was growing up, I know the internet. I knew it was easier to get a scholarship to Europe than to come to America, because in America I have to take more exams, I have to pay for application fee and all those kind of things. So for me, it's okay. So for me, number one country I liked, apart from America, to go as direct was Norway.
Okay.
I knew Norway, every city, every single thing. Like if you tell me Tromsø or which university, I knew everything. The second country was Netherlands, because so many programs. And then German, Finland, and other. England. I didn't like much of the England. Even up to now, I don't like their national team. I watch the Premier League. I'm not of any team in the Premier League. I'm more Spanish La Liga.
Okay.
Yeah. So for me, so I knew I would go to Norway or Netherlands first to study for masters, and then come in US for PhD. And when I come here, it will be forever. But when I was applying the opportunities, while I was in my second year of studies at the University of Dar es Salaam, is when the one opportunity came to come to teach Swahili in America. And when I applied, and I got that one. So the first direction for me, the first plane to be in any plane in my life, was the first ride to come to America.
Okay.
First ride of the plane was there to come to America. So for me, it was that way. So for me, there was no reason you can tell me why should I drop the dream to come to America. So because I had so many years of dreaming and planning to come to America, everybody would say, oh, there is this one, there's discrimination, there is this one. So for me, everything you put together, I had to find a solution for that in advance. So my challenges might be different from another person.
Yes.
Because I took longer time to come to understand every single thing in research before I come here. So I knew from one status to go to status. Before coming to America, I know I will never be illegal. I will be one status to another status legally, to another status legally.
Yeah.
That's why now I tell so many people advantages of following the legal processes. That's why I interview people from different countries so that they can know that, you give the tip, while you're finding for a job, apply for another master's. So these are the ways you people should be.
Yes.
If you don't do that, you become illegal. It can affect down the road. You might want to become a mayor, and it comes that you have been illegal. You have been abusing the system. So those are the things for me. America has been the destination, the greatest country on planet Earth. But there are so many challenges. Yes, if you compare in terms of immigration, in terms of you look about retirement with most of the European countries, or some of you even Canada, you can question whatever. But I will never drop my American passport to any other. I can take a citizenship for another country if I get the opportunity, but I will never drop American passport. Do you have regret? Never.
Yeah.
We do the same decision right now of coming to America. Yes. Over make that decision.
So I have this question. You believe in the American dream?
Yes, but modified, because
Okay.
the American dream original and now are two things different. Original American dream, it was everything is possible as long as you work hard.
Mm-hmm.
You can work hard, and it came after the Great Depression, after those wars, whatever. People didn't have jobs, so it was the dream. Like, okay, if I work so hard in America, you can work in the industries, you can work wherever, you can have way to provide for your family, you can create a legacy, all those kind of things.
Yeah.
But it lost a touch. It became more material than the ideals of the American dream.
Okay.
So now American dream, it looks like you have good education, you have good, how much money do you have? That's why, and plus now there's the social media. Oh, I'm enjoying the dream, American dream. You're just chilling with a bottle of wine. Is that the dream? So it looks like now dream is more about material thing. So
Yeah.
American dream, number one for me, is the family stability. How do I create my stable family? Because American dream can be a Tanzanian dream. My entire life, like what I wanted to be while I'm in Tanzania, I want to have a stable family, like how I grew up, my father, my mother, and the children. We had a very good home. That for me, like, yes, for me, vehicle is not a big deal. I can have a $1 million home, but I can have $10,000 car or $2,000 car. I have no problem, even if it's public transportation. But for me, for instance, a stable home is more important than any other. Then my dream also is to be in a position to be of service to others. And this is not just because I'm in America. I started the ebmscholarship.com, that site, in the post all this scholarship. It was a blog before. Back in 2007, I was still in Tanzania. Don't have any scholarship. I was posting scholarships on blog. I used to be like print certain documents, you share some people. There is a link going to Netherlands. People say, if it's true, why are you still here? So that's why I started a blog, so that I can reach many people, not just by the handouts.
Yes.
So for me, that way, like the dream now is to be in a position I can be of making other also easy, but also to have the stability of creating a legacy for your children. Like, okay, these are the things, like, okay, you can do well, whether you have education, whether you don't have education. There are things you can be able to be a good human being, reach at a certain point, retire, but be supportive of others. That's why I write books, I do certain things. So yes, material is there, whether you like it or not. You need to have a good home, you need to have this one. But in the end, for me, that's why, like, if today, let's say, I have to retire, I have to live in the rural life. Even if it's in America, I have to go to a rural life. I have like 5 acres of land, nobody around me. Do those kind of, like in Africa, you have your veggies, you have whatever. That's for me is ideal, the dream, kind of that.
Yeah.
To live like in the big cities, kind of that. Yeah.
Okay. So what did you study your master's?
Yeah. So for me, I studied the peace studies and conflict resolution. That was my master's.
Okay.
Because my background bachelor was political science.
Okay. So how was job search after school? Because I'm yet to enter I'm still in school. So
a couple of things. Number one, you have one advantage on your end. You are studying technical programs, engineering, science. Those have a lot of opportunities. Yes, it's difficult to get, but they have a lot of opportunities, because most of the developed world, they are built into science and technology. They are not built into sociology, political science. So you can find if someone with a PhD in political science is getting less than someone with a bachelor degree in IT, because these are technical, people can change the country. The time I finished, so it is a social science, that's number one. Number two was the financial crisis. I came in 2008 in America. It was a program for 1 year. Then I started my master's. My master's was 1 year. So I finished in 2010, which was at the peak of the financial crisis back in the Obama administration. So at that particular time, you apply jobs. There are no jobs. Jobs are there, but I lived in California, which is more expensive.
Yeah.
Very expensive. And you don't have good jobs. So number one, I had to live with my in-laws. African man, married American, you are going to live with your in-law. That's
which is normal.
You have to get out of your African mindset.
Exactly.
Okay.
Yeah.
Go to that. You have to accept the reality. But you cannot just get this job of cleaning I was doing, but you cannot say I'm moving out and go to live a family with my wife and my child, paying the rent, which is California is like $2,000 you cannot survive. So for that particular case, I applied. Like per day, I was applying minimum 500 to 1,000 jobs per day.
In a day.
I was applying. I came to realize that if you send more emails through Yahoo email, they block you. Because I was applying so many emails until I didn't know there is a limit. They say they meet like it's suspicious activity. So I had to open like 5 emails so that I can be able to send unlimited emails per day. And you still don't get good jobs.
Yeah.
So it took longer.
Yeah.
And I hope that one was one among the reasons why I had to change the mindset. Okay, I have to join the US military because as long as I meet the qualification, I joined the military right away. So that's why I was in the US military, among other things. So it's very, very difficult. But the only thing you need to do every single day, apply 50, 100 jobs.
Yeah.
Keep applying, keep applying, keep applying. While you are continue doing the cleaning, doing other things to survive, to pay the bills.
Oh, okay.
That's a good job.
I just got to know you. You were actually in the US military.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, okay. That was good. So you being in the US, was there a time you were like, I wish I was not here? Doing your study time.
Like, let me give like what it's just like for me, like the moment I was in the plane, first of all, it was long. The time doesn't like the time I didn't see the time was not going at all. Like I have to be in America. I'm dropping in America. The first place I landed was LA. Then from LA to San Francisco, I arrived at Stanford for 1 week orientation. Like this is Stanford. I was really, like for me, it was like a dream. Like I'm here now.
Yes.
So there was no point in my life I've ever come like, okay, maybe I have to go back.
Yeah.
No. At this point of my life, it's not like life is challenging. It's just I cannot survive, catch or whatever. I've been excelled to the point. But now I want to go to Africa to stay to 3 to 5 years for the matter of children to give the opportunity to learn another culture. That's what I want. It's not like for me, like, okay, I have to go to Africa because, like, no. For me, I've reached a point like I can live in part of the world as long as I can do whatever thing, I can be able to adapt. And it is easier when you have a family, it's different when you are single. For instance, like for you, yes, you have like now you'll be alone at your room, but for me, get out of this room. My child, I'm going to play with my child. My wife is there, the kids are there. So it's a little bit different if you have a family. It's unnecessary stress. So for me, like now, yes, I'm have a big drive of going to Africa. Why? Because I want to give the kids the opportunity to also to experience
their culture,
Africa, to see. I mean, like the challenges and appreciating what we have currently in these countries, but also in the world we're coming. When someone has more than one language, more than one culture, it is easier to excel in this life. So that is what I want to give the kids, that opportunity. And also, I believe when I'm in Africa, if I I'm doing any other thing as a YouTuber, I'll have so many contents in Africa than here. Because here I'm in my room. But if in Africa, I can go out, I can interview a bank manager, I can interview a teacher, I can interview a drunk person over there. It's easier to have so many content than here. So I want to go to Africa for that particular reason, not because life here is difficult, no. But for the rest of my life, to be honest, I want to live here. I want to die here. That's me.
Okay, I like your honesty that you want to die in America.
Yeah. And that it doesn't. There's something people want to understand. Awilo Longomba, I think you know that Awilo is from Congo, the musician.
Yeah.
He came to Tanzania 2001. I was in high school, 2002. He was asking a question. Why do you live in Paris and not in Congo? I said, I love my country so much, but I'll be able to go to live in Congo once Congo is the same as Paris. For me, like my man said, oh, this guy is not African, whatever.
Yeah.
But I understand what he means now because I'm here. It doesn't matter. I hate Tanzania or Africa in general. For me, I might say I'm more African than many people because I do so many things to support people in Africa. I write, for instance, I write about scholarships, which has 498 pages and it's online for free. The book title even is Scholarships for Africans in the United States. I do a lot of things for Africans, and I'm connected more as African than many people can simply say. But if I live here, I can do more to support others. But let's say if I didn't have opportunity to come to America, will I be able, having a time, we're talking about the time management, to write 400-page book and give for free? No. Will I have time to make all this content sometimes? Possible? No. Maybe now I could be like a pastor and get a lot of money for free because I talk too much. Maybe now I could be an African politician, a corrupt one. So by not being there, I reduce some of my, because I know myself. Obviously, why should I get the salary of $500 per month when I can be a politician? I talk too much and give fake promises and become a politician and get more money. So for not being there, I reduce my negativity, my problems of making Africa a bad place. So now, from outside, I can do a lot of more to encourage people, to give them opportunity. And wherever I travel to any country in Tanzania, or wherever in Africa, in general, Tanzania, Kenya, Uganda, whatever, I usually have to meet with youth. I go to the universities, to primary school, to talk to the students, to just encourage them. So I take my time and my resources to do those kind of things. I don't believe if I could not have this exposure, I could do, but it's not at this extent or at this level right now. So better for me, like Newton said in the second law of motion, that you can only push the car while you're outside the car. So I'm want to be outside the car, give a little bit push.
Okay. So I have this question.
Yeah.
Are there opportunities in America?
Repeat the question.
Are there opportunities? Like someone might ask, should I travel to the US? Should I live? You know, some people have business back at home. I mean, they are doing well, but they have this abroad mentality. I'm going to make it when I get to America.
Yes, that's a very, very good question. Because why I say is it a very, very good question is because we have to, people, when they want to come to these countries, they have to figure out, why am I going there? Am I going to? So there is a difference in terms of age of the age when people are moving. So for me, my attitude is different from someone else. It was my dream to come to America. The day I'm doing my final exam at the University of Dar es Salaam on 29th of May, 2008, I knew on the 15th of August, I'll be flying from Dar es Salaam to come to America to teach at the university under Fulbright program. So for me, I had that opportunity. So at that time, my only property I own, my clothing and a few books, my tie, whatever, and shoes in the bag. I didn't have a girlfriend because I didn't want to have any attachment with anybody. I didn't have a car. I didn't have a proper friend. So that is different for me to make that decision. So even the decision to become a citizen in Tanzania, we don't have dual citizenship. Compared to Ghana, you can be a citizen of 2 or 3 countries, whatever. In Tanzania, we don't have. So even for the decision to become a US citizen, I lose another citizenship was not a problem for me because I don't have assets. But some people already, they're in the mid-age career. They have good job. They have already home. They have a family. That will be a different discussion. Is it okay to come to America right now? Is it okay to go to these countries? So for me, I will give them in this way. When you make that decision, you have to know which country you are going and what is immigration path are you using. Here, I'm not talking about you are just a graduate, you don't have a job. That would be easy to make that decision. I'm not talking about your job, even if you have a job, your job is $300 per month. I'm talking about someone is already making at least $2,000, $3,000 per month in Africa. Is it worth it to leave that job in life to come to America? For many of those people, it's not worth it.
Yes.
Many of those, it's not worth it.
Yeah.
Unless otherwise, you come with a special program. For instance, if you apply to Canada, you go as express entry. From day one, you are given permanent resident. You are allowed to be working full-time. Yes. Unless others, you apply to Australia under the merit-based point system, you go from day one as permanent resident of Australia. Yes. Unless others, you win a green card lottery. Yes. But that you can say, I'm relocating to become immigrant on that particular country. Yes, you can make it because you come, you and your family, you can become from the one as permanent resident, you can be able to do. But remember, you have to lower down your ego. You have to lower down like you are from Nigeria. Nobody is going to greet you. Igwe.
Yes.
You'll be, hey, what's up? If your name were, for instance, like Obina, they call you Obi, like Michael Obi, Kel Obi.
Yeah.
His name is Obi. His name is Obina, Michael's, whatever, difficult name of Nigeria. So you have to understand there are so many things you might be able to lose. You already have 35 years old, 40 years old. You have the home already. You have a farm. You have those kind of things. It is a big challenge to leave everything and to start coming to live in the apartment, to start doing the minimum dollar job. That's why I say, like, if you come you come to US as a green card holder, or you get a job as a professional work, you come under H1 visa, or you go directly from day one, a company is employing you from your country as a skilled labor, because you go there already, you have a very good job.
Yeah.
You don't have minimum. That's okay. The other way I can tell people would be, yes, if you win the green card, those kind of things, even if you are settled, you can come and get the card and make sure you find a way to maintain. For instance, in America, if you travel in these countries, like you take 1 month, then you go there, you can create the environment for your kids to access those opportunities. Yes, it's a good sacrifice. Another way would be just like even if you're going to study, let's say you have a family, which will be better? I'm giving you an example. To go to Canada or to go, let's say, to the United States. That's what I said, within my knowledge now, whether you're going to pay for yourself or scholarship, I'll tell you to go to Canada. Why? Because in Canada, if you go there, husband and wife, students in Germany are allowed to work 20 hours per week. Canada, yes, the students are allowed to work 20 hours per week, but if you are married, your spouse is allowed to work full time.
No.
You see, so that is the advantage. So you see, like another country can tell you, but in America, if you are married, only a person who is a student will be allowed to work, and 20 hours per week. Your spouse is independent, is not supposed to work.
Yeah.
So why do you need to waste all the things to come to America? But if you can go to your country, I mean, in Canada, for instance, it can help you. Yes, you can say, okay, I get 3,000, but if I go there, I can work part-time, I can make 2,000 per month. My spouse can work full-time, can make 3,500. So together we can have 5,000. That's good. You can do that. For instance, in Canada, for instance, if you study bachelor degree 4 years, you finish, you are given work permit of 4 years.
Okay.
So the duration of time is determining also for the how long you work permit. And while you are working a full time, if you have 2 years of work experience as a student finishing there, there is a special path to become a permanent resident of Canada so it depends again a country to country. Like in America per se, if you already established yourself over there, you come here, it will be very difficult. But sometimes, like the path you go with, like if it's green card or professional work, yes, go. But if you want to go as a student and you have a family and you want to work over there and you're already in the mid-career, Canada, for instance, would be a better option, because already you don't need to worry about the language, because 85%, exception of Quebec, they speak English. So those will be something people have to consider. But otherwise, you have to be very, very careful to make those decisions. But that's why majority of people finishing to be graduate to go away to find these opportunities very, very early.
Yes.
So that you are settled. For instance, like me, I didn't after graduation, I didn't find any job because I'm already having the opportunity to come to America. So that helps you a lot to relieve unnecessary burden to make the decisions. Like, okay, so if I'm engaged, who am I going to leave my girlfriend or my wife with? Like, I don't have that kind of thinking. I'm just here. I don't have the car. I don't have anything. My life was in the bag. Thank you. From the university dormitory to the Swiss Air to America. So that's a little bit. So it is a very good question. Yes, people have to evaluate, not just because this is expectation like I'm going to America. So what? Like America should not be to the point it's going to take your soul. That's why I say people, yes, find these opportunities, but beyond the green card lottery, beyond this permanent of president, what are your goals? Can you attain these goals even if in your own country? Like, if your goal is to have this kind of quality life, what type of agriculture do you want to do? How quality it is? Do you want to keep chicken in your own? Like, if you do farming, do something better also in your own country. That means if you have that determination, even if you come in these countries, you can be able to excel. But if you don't have the plan, you don't want to do anything in your own country, you'll come here, work at Walmart, and enjoy those free food, free beer, whatever, and the life is, that's all. You'll be entering, taking pictures and sharing on Facebook and Instagram that you are living the dream, but it's not any dream at all. It's just struggling. And after retirement time, age of 65, you are still working at Walmart and this minimum dollar job instead of resting with your family.
Yeah. Okay, so yeah, I have this other question. What has been your biggest challenge in the US?
Oh, challenge is a challenge. For me, the biggest challenge, that's it. I mean, I've never been used like it's a biggest challenge, because for me, like, I like challenges. But what I can simply say, the biggest challenge, or I don't know whether disappointment, even if it took longer, is the time of when I finished my master's and you apply to like so many jobs. I applied almost 500,000 jobs in a year.
Wow.
And I didn't get the job which I want, like the professional job. So that was been the biggest challenge for me. Sometimes you can question your competencies. Like, am I thinking that how capable I am? Is this like how people they see, or is just like in my head?
Yeah.
Sometimes you can lower down your level of like trusting yourself sometimes. So that was the biggest challenge on that way. But I'm thankful there are some people trusted me, like believed in me. Also, like I say, I know it is a transitional time. It's not just you watch, like, but it was a very big challenge until, for instance, I say I agreed to go and stay with my in-laws. That was a challenge. Like, I mean, no matter what, to live in as an adult, to live in someone's place, usually you have to follow the regulations. So for me, like, that was the lowest point of my life, if I can say my life in America. But if I tell you what are the positives of that, it gave me understanding more about American culture. That's number one, because I lived with them, the people who have never known about even how many countries there in Africa. They didn't know even what people eat in Africa. They didn't know anything. So you get another point of view. But another thing is for the relationship with my wife and the kids. I had the opportunity to learn from them. So there are certain things like a behavioral tendency or something, reaction. Now, if my wife is reacting a certain way, I can know the background. Like, oh, this is the reason. It helps my relationship more. It's just like, instead of assuming kind of that, so I can know where she's coming from in that way. So that has been, I mean, negative, like it was very, very low point, but it was positive in another way. Like right now, if I look back, how positive it has been out of that kind of situation. And from that situation, it also forced me to make another decision to join the US military, which was not part of my dream, because I didn't know. Like, first of all, for me, education, military was okay. In African military, people, they are bad people, they are beating people, they do not have good benefit. But here it's different. So it looked me to look for these opportunities and join there. So I had to lose weight which was over 50 pounds, over 28, almost 30 kilogram to qualify to join. So the transition of what I was in at that lowest point, from that moment, nowadays, there is nothing, I say nothing, which I can put as a goal and I cannot accomplish. So for instance, right now I can say, I want to write 2 books this year, like from June.
Yeah.
I know I can do that, because anything I want to do, I know if I was able to lose a 0.5 kilogram per day, every single day, for 75 days, there is nothing to stop it. So it was the lowest point, but it gave me another sense and pure understanding of life. Yeah. So.
Oh, okay, that's great. I had this question. I think I almost forgot.
Yes.
Oh wait. I can't forget. I had this question in mind. Oh, I can't remember. Okay, yeah. Have you ever faced any kind of discrimination or racism in the US?
That's a very good question. Yeah, very, very good question, because first of all, I want people, I will talk with this one in detail so people can understand where I come from. And not take this thing out of context, like, oh, this guy doesn't care, is more assimilated, this guy is whatever. I want to give you the reality, the fact check, and why there are certain movement in America I don't support them because of the all over. So myself, I want to put myself where I come from. You are from Africa. Yes, I believe I'm older than you. So the time I was growing up in Africa is different from maybe current situation, the current kids. So while we were growing up back in 80s, early 90s, parents to beat you, I say to beat you is normal.
Yeah.
That's one. Really beating. Not this like time out, no. Really beating.
Yes.
Using bad words to you, parents, it's normal.
Yeah.
To tell you are a dog, you are nothing. you are first like a little monkey. That's what's normal. But
Yes.
it didn't consider as racism, it considers a love and a punishment. To be a better person. At school, the same way. 2 times 2. No, you dog. So the bad words have been used in that context.
Yeah.
I want to put it that way. Then we come to these particular countries. There is a big problem of people to understand what is racism, and especially for Black people from Africa to Black people here. We take racism as anything when a white person is doing that thing to a Black person, and we forget that a Black person can discriminate white person, a Black person can discriminate Asian, Black person can discriminate Arab person, a Black person can discriminate Black person. We forget that one. So that is the problem I'm having with many people. So it is easier to point out I've been discriminated in anything, even if it's a normal competition, because a white person has done something.
Yes.
And I'll go with the specific examples. So let me start myself. I come in America, and a white person, it has never happened. I'm against racism of all forms, but let's say a white person tells me, you are a dog. I'll give you an example.
Yeah.
Myself, am I a dog? No. I know I'm not a dog. You are not Bill Gates. Am I Bill Gates? No. So why should I upset to tell me I'm a dog while I know myself I'm not a dog? Number one. No one told. 2, you are a monkey. And no one comes to me and say I'm a monkey or I'm a chimpanzee. No one. Assume someone comes to say that. Why should I react to fight with you unless otherwise in my mind I believe I'm also a chimpanzee? If I'm speaking English, if I'm a chimpanzee, English is a chimpanzee's language. Do you get my point? Yeah. But at the same time, myself, I do not know about other people. Parents are beating me. Teachers beating you. Get out, dog, whatever they use, the monkey, whatever. We have been. So if the same word, my Black person tells me the same word, I'm not upset. But if someone with another color says that word, now I have to be upset.
Yeah.
Which is not true. It's not true.
I get your point.
So that's my point, first of all. So that's why there is no any insult. A white person will say that any word I've never been told by a fellow African or fellow Black person. So if I take as a racist, I've been discriminated a lot with Black people too. Assume how many times in Africa a guy want to approach a girl says, "Get out of me! You're making even me like vomiting," and they spit on the ground. It happens. Why don't we say this woman is discriminating me? You end me up. Oh, maybe because I don't have money, maybe because I don't have this, whatever. You are just let it go. But here, if a white person spit on them, get off me, like exactly the same reaction like a Black person, oh, he's discriminating me. You see the problem is, let's go.
Yeah.
I'm married a white person. assume when I'm introduced to the white family, they say, oh, we don't want you to marry this person. What a black person will say, oh, this family is racist, right?
Yeah. Yes.
Let's go to Africa. You take your German possible fiancé to your northern part of Ghana, and they say, no, don't marry the white person. Why don't you say my parents are racist or my community are racist? Oh, this one is civilized, are from village. Why in America? Yes, civilization doesn't mean that if you are in town, you are civilized.
Mm-hmm.
You see the problem we have. We take everything when a white person is doing, we call it as racism. But we do the same thing, we don't say as racism. I want to give you the background before I go into like a real mode. Okay, another thing is when you plan, I don't know if you have children, like, but if you have children, obviously as a parent, you are excited to know, will the child look like my husband or the mother? Obviously, you're excited, right? Myself, my wife is white. So obviously, excited means more with what will be the hair of the child? What will be the color of the child? Will it be more light? Will it be more dark? Will it be whatever? All these are normal things. Are they racist? No. Even a black and black kid, black and black, white and white, they're excited to look, the child will look like who?
Yes.
But when it display on Oprah that, oh, Queen asked about Harry and that what will be the child? Will be more white or black? Why is that racist? But
that's very complicated.
But if Oprah has a child, ask Oprah. But doesn't have. But if as a child, that is the question you have as a parent. No parent has them. Like you have to be accepted. Like will look like the father or the mother. But they what? Even if one is all black, one is a bit light, one was not light, more dark. You have those questions. But if that question from Queen is racist, it will be racist to say, I don't want the child to be this way, whatever it is. But I want to give that way. If a white actor or actresses wear like a black and act in the movie, that is going to be bad because it's racism. But how many black actors wear like white and act white? So the problem is anything that's why it confuses me. That's why I hate when we come again to point racism only for white people, that they are racist. There is Alhaj Diop, the soccer player from Senegal, is retired now, was playing for Blackburn Rovers. One of the game, he spit his saliva to a child, I mean, a teenager, wherever because they are yelling to him like when they stand like on the soccer, but was not punished as racist act. Suarez was having conflict with Patrice Evra. Suarez didn't give hand to Patrice Evra. Suarez was labeled as racist until he moved home. You see, just you have beef. Why should I give you a hand? But at the same time, it happened. Seydou Keita, the former Barcelona player, was playing for AS Roma, didn't give a Real Madrid player a hand. The white person was not called a racist because the black refused. Douglas Costa is a Brazilian soccer player who is black. While he was in Juventus, spit his saliva to the soccer player of opponent team was not punished as racism. But if a white person is spit on the black person, the world is going to burst.
Yes.
That's why I have a problem about racism. So what is racist act? A racist act is a racist act. It doesn't matter who is going to do it.
Yeah.
So let's go to the black, what is called the movement.
Black Lives Matter.
Black Lives Matters. All the movement, 90% of the movement is racist-based movement. Everybody says Black Lives Matter is only when a white person has a problem with a black person, right? How many, let's go to the records. How many white people have been killed by the police? Go to the statistics. White have been killed more than black. Why the TV don't show? Because they're looking for the rating. So the white person has been killed, they don't say that way. But the statistics, white people have been killed. And if they announce, they say the police have done one, they don't say the rest. But if a black person, that's why like a couple of weeks ago, it happened, white police shot one girl, and LeBron James went ahead, put the picture of that police. We have to prosecute you. But when they showed the video, there is a black person, a woman, I don't know, was having a problem, took a knife and was going to choke another black woman. So the police told him, stop. The woman was going to choke another person. So the police shot the other black person. So you see the problem. We do not know the fact, but the media, whatever, the white over black. But there is no, when a white person is going to be, the point will be all lives matter, not all black matter. And if we say all black black matter, it's okay. But let's go, even when a black is going to be a black person. The same time of George Floyd, which what police do is against him, that's why they prosecuted. But at the same time it happened, the same week, how many people in Chicago were killed by black people, those gangs or whatever?
Yeah.
See, not TV, they announced. They shot even 4-year-old and 16-year-old. They shot 50 people and almost 20 people died. TV didn't show because they're black people killing black people. So Black Lives Matter is matter when. That's why I will never see me I put all Black Lives Matter. No. Slogan is good, but the action is not what it's supposed to be. It's supposed to be for all.
All lives
let's go to Floyd just a little bit. It happened in Wisconsin. Whatever, Minnesota. It happened there. Who is the governor? The governor is Democratic Party. Who is the mayor? Democratic Party. Who is the overall the state, like whatever? Because here the Attorney General is elected. Attorney General, black person in Wisconsin, in Minnesota, who is Democrat. So from mayor to governor, all are Democrats. And there are so many people who are black in that particular situation. But why the demonstration happened? Because they say the system didn't want to prosecute them, right? Which system? Attorney General, who is black, who is Democrat. Why are you demonstrating Trump is racist while something is happening in Minnesota? What is the state power versus what is state power versus the federal power? Federal cannot interfere police. That is a state, that is a policy, that is a state issue. But the media use that way on purpose. So the black movement, while it is there, it's good, but people abuse the system. The system, that means anything happening, no matter what happens, police court is going to catch you, whatever it happens, yes, and something happens, someone was killed, the person who's responsible is Attorney General, prosecutor, and all those who are Democrats. They're supposed to do that. But the same people, they say they didn't catch those people, they didn't prosecute them on time until the demonstration happened to demand Trump to step down, or is racist. But that is Democrats racist.
Yeah.
Why? You see, the problem is, so for me, it's not about Republican, it's not about Democrat. They are all using the opportunity, but it comes down to the situation where anything like apply for a job, you don't get it, or because I'm black. I'm doing this because I'm black. No, not because of that. That's the problem we're having. The big problem here is that way. I traveled from here. I went to Madagascar one time. I'm using Ethiopian Airlines. I'm at the Ethiopia airport. I went to one restaurant. I ordered the food, and the food was samosas and tea. You don't need to like many times that. It's just hot water and samosa, which is it used more than 45 minutes. I was not being ordered. What people coming near to me, they order, they go to make food, and they get the food. They get service before me. But I cannot say because these people are racist, because they're fellow Africans to me. So the problem is like, okay, so racist is just when, but when for me, I'm discriminated. So the point for me is discrimination should be there, should be condemned in all forms, whether it's black on black, white on white, white towards another race. So that is for overall for me. All lives matter. It doesn't matter whether it's white, whether it's black. Like now to lower down the grades because of black people, they have to, no, this is academic. We all have the same opportunity. This is America. Do you tell me, oh, there is institutional racism? Like, to get the loan is very clear. Have good credit score. It is your responsibility to teach your child to have a good credit score. That's why we tell immigrants when you come here, follow these principles.
Oh, okay.
You come here, you meet a woman, you go to jail. it's not about racism. These are laws. Yes, there are certain things that you can say that way, but it's a very complex. For me, all lives matter on that way, but racism should also look for all aspects, not condemning just the white people, as if we are assuming, like, just like when you're in Africa, we assume all white people have money. Do you remember that time? So that assumption is going like every white person, oh, they took us as slaves. These people, they are poor. Not all the people who had the slaves, they are just rich people. Not every white person had the money to buy.
Rich, yes.
Yeah. So those are the things.
There's so many of them sleeping outside.
They're just there. You give like 20 cents to a white person. Thank you, sir.
Yeah.
Like, we're broke. Like, now I go in Tanzania with my wife. Like, everybody, they look at me like a tour guide. Like, that is a discrimination. Like, can I not like be having money? Like, if you marry a white person, they, oh, this person is just in America because of the wife. The wife has the man. So those are like discrimination. Like, we put ourselves down all the time. That's what I tell people. Like, even the visa, like the government, like right now as American, I can go to any country with my American passport.
Yeah.
But it has to be, if American wants to come to your country, they have to go to DC as American to go to the visa interview, has to show the banking statement. They have to look for the background check, just like us when you want to their countries. That's how you get respect. But you want it for them to come to your country like they go to the toilet. And when you want to go to their country, you have to go there, show the banking statement. Are you going to disappear? Ask the same question. If you go to Ghana, are you going to be there or you're going to be there to disappear in Ghana? Because in Ghana, we have a lot of good land. Are you planning to come back to your country?
Yeah.
Show them. That is one of the respect. It's tit for tat. But if you lower down yourself, that's when we think that, oh, these people are racist. These people are whatever. No. We have to put ourselves at the same equal standards. If it is wrong, it is wrong, no matter who is doing. Like, I'm giving an example. Let's say, like, when Hillary Clinton or one time, like, when Trump was in the office, people demonstrated, used the bad words towards the president. But if white people, they do the same thing during the Obama administration, oh, these people are racist because this person is black. You see the problem. So you are forced. You cannot make any comment, because if you make any comment against a black person, even a critique, oh, because these people are this way, like,
yeah,
that's the problem. So for me, racism is there. I'm against. I have never been racist. I mean, no one has ever come across to tell me this word. I can give you an example. One time I was in a state where 96% is white. People are poor in that state, like in West Virginia. A child has never seen a black person came to me and asked, it was in winter, you can see my face. Oh, what happened to your face? Because it's black face.
Yeah.
The person we're in the rural area, mountain or whatever. Oh, I said, it's not my face, it's just my hand, whatever. The mother, oh, I'm sorry. No, the kid doesn't want to know if, yes, I'm black forever. I say, yeah, there are people who are black. So it's not about, oh, this is racism. How many times a white person goes to the village, entire village, whitey, mzungu, white?
Yeah.
But what if you go in Germany, in the city of Hamburg, oh, blackie. So what do? We see it's okay. When they do, it's not okay. If you go to a place, the white bar, and they raise the price of soda or beer, you say, oh, these people, they don't want me to eat drink there. But if white person comes to your city, you raise the price, you say, oh, it's good. No, it's not okay. We have to put ourselves standard the same. So that's why, for me, when it comes to racism, there are certain things like you cannot be put like, oh, all black lives matter. No, all lives matters. It doesn't matter as a black person. Do you know in America, this what we call the what is this? The abortion is being given priority to the black families than any other family. And per year, how many millions of babies are going to be that? But people don't go, oh, black life matters. They take the black one when they're born. They don't say that way. We just say when a police is doing. No, let's go to we're talking about the institution. Let's go to the abortion of black families. Let's go to the number of black people, killed black people, first of all, before we go to the white, because that number is high. Then let's go deal with the police who are dealing with the black people, and let's go to the police who are dealing with killing white people too. This is it. That's the first human rights is unalienable, is the right to life. It doesn't matter about the color. So if you are against, let's be against in all forms, whether it's for white person, whether it's for black person. That's when it comes for the issue of racism too.
Racism, yeah. Okay, that was very in depth and deep. For personally, I've never really supported Black Lives Matter movement. And I feel like within us we have a lot of discrimination. Even within Ghana, you have tribes fighting with each other. Like if you can't solve this, they don't talk about Black Lives Matter because they don't really care about each other. And you have gangs in America killing each other. If you snitch, they will kill you. You know. And,
Exactly.
yeah, and you go and say Black Lives Matter when you're also killing a fellow black person. And I feel like all of this has to do with the history that happened,
And
slavery
also,
and whatever.
the other thing is about the media. I mean, it's just like, like in YouTube, sometimes you can lose the focus. What content makes views, because people are looking for the views. So you can go and create a story just because how many people are talking about the good things about the video. But if the video today is seen with another lady, all the media will be there because, but we are destroying him. But we don't talk about, oh, the video is going today to create is building. I mean, is starting a new farm. We don't talk about that. So that is, I mean, for me, that is a big challenge. Like, that's why even for me as a YouTuber, I usually don't want to get away from this kind of context. Like, yes, I don't want to just to follow the views all the time, but sometimes like there are certain things like, yes, if I talk about them, I'll get views, but what is the end impact? Is just the views or education?
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, so those are the things like how we treat the issues about racism is very, very bad. I agree, but there are certain things like, oh, this is institutional racism. Oh, the black people cannot get A in math. So who said you cannot study? Like, really? There is a public pool. You don't take your time to swim, and then in the Olympic they are all white swimmers, and you just say, oh, we want black swimmers. No, if you cannot just why are we not upset? The Olympic team for NBA, I mean the basketball for America is all black. Why were we not upset with that?
Yeah.
Yeah. So there are so many challenges.
Yeah, it's very deep. It's very deep. That was yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. I think I've exhausted my question. Yeah, I think I've had an in-depth of you being in America. You know, personally, I like America a lot.
Yes.
Yeah. But some of us are actually scared of living there because of we've heard a lot of hate crimes and stuff.
Okay, so
I'm not saying there are not hate crimes in
assure
Germany.
you things. Number one, compare Germany and America, for instance. How much is the population of Germany? Maybe 40 million.
Yeah.
Population of California is more than 40 million. California alone. So the problem when we compare America and Germany. Oh, see the rate of COVID, Philippines, because the president or prime minister is a woman. It's not about that. What is the population of Philippines all over those countries? America is almost 400 million people. That's number one. Number two, this is a typical liberal independent country. Yes, you can say people stay inside, but I have my own rights. It's not like China, you can say everybody do whatever people can do, not in America. Yeah. So there is that kind of things. And here, to own the gun is a public, is a constitutional right. So just like how we have the slingshots in our countries, is easier to have, for them it's easier for them to own this. So those are the things we have. And then we have social media. It is easier to record and post there. But if you go to look like how many incidences in a year, like official, those killings, they're not more than 50. But the point is how much they are aired is too much. Just like if you want to put in the context, it's just put in the context of America, like 50 countries, because these are 50 states, and put in the context of Africa as 56 countries. Because all of the 56 countries, if we put them together, is the United States of Africa is the same as of America. So it's just like how many bad things happening in Congo, how many bad things happening with Boko Haram. Yeah. There are so many things, but are they on the internet? No. But if today we start like putting them on the internet, nobody will get into the flight to go to Africa. Oh man, it's worse. But again, the good thing about here in America is when you are going to rent an apartment, to buy whatever, there is a crime report. So wherever you go to any neighborhood, you know what you are going to get into. You can know for sure. Even if someone stole a candy on the store, if it's caught, is reported. So you can know what type of crimes there in that particular city.
Yeah.
So you choose where you're going. That's why, yes, I mean, it's bad, like it's a bad neighborhood. They associate with the poverty and the most poor black people and the other white people, yes, but that has nothing to do with the institution or whatever. It depends. It's very, very tough. But the other thing which is affecting more here is about single parent life.
Yeah.
While we are talking about just give like the difference between Europe, most of the European countries, and America, there is emphasis on raising children. You go to Germany, you are going to Netherlands. I mean, they give emphasis like how they can raise children, but in America, don't give that much. So in the end, the product is going to be bad for the next generation.
Yeah. Oh, that's fine. That's okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. I think I've exhausted my questions now.
Yeah.
That was a great session.
Liz is also a YouTuber, is a friend of mine, is Ugandan.
Oh, okay.
I believe she will reach to you later to have interview with her. Okay. She has a YouTube channel. It's called Roll with Liz. She's doing a very good job on that.
Oh, nice.
So I will connect with her. You can interview her on your channel.
Okay.
If you want to create another interview, whether on live or not live on your channel, we are here to have the different experience.
Yeah.
If you want to specific, because you deal with about education, I can come to talk about scholarships only. Even in Germany, in any Europe, that's my life. You can meet me at the end of the night. Talk about it, Dad. I can tell you. Talk about this program. I can tell you. So.
Okay, then I think I'll have you on my channel because a lot of people have been asking me about scholarships, but I don't really have any idea on.
Someone is saying, like, in America, are they practicing racism? I've never had it since you started your old videos in YouTube. Please answer if there is. Racism is there, just like it's
everywhere.
Is there any tribalism in Africa? Yes, it is there. Remember, these people, they don't have tribes, they have color. Their color is a tribe.
Yeah.
Yes, it's there. But have I experienced? No, I experienced like it is there. Just like you yourself, how many people they value a woman who is a little bit lighter skin than the darker skin? You discriminate, they're same black. How many people they value a woman who has more Peruvian hair is more like you like more white than more black? How many people okay to go and date a natural girl with a natural hair? So racism is there depending on how you, but there is extent of it. What we are against is the extent like you are not supposed to enter here because you are black. I did your research on my master's, albino killings in Tanzania, racism, witchcraft and racism. How many albinos are killed in Africa? Do we say it's racism? You kill someone because of the skin color? It's happening in Africa.
Yeah.
So those things are happening over and over. So Liz has subscribed. Please, everyone, remember to subscribe. Subscribe to her channel, and I'm going to put on the comment here. You can go ahead and accept. So let me end here up to this moment. I want to say thank you so much for spending 2 hours with us. Talking about everything we have been talking.
Yeah.
I really appreciate.
Thank you for having me here.
Questions will come back to you.
Thank you for having me here also. I really enjoyed my session here. It was really interactive. I got to learn so many stuff. Yeah. Like you're really knowledgeable. Like, yeah.
Yeah. So usually the purpose of the interview is just to give people perspective of different countries, not to focus only in Germany or Tanzania or America, whatever, just to see people go to different countries, different routes.
Yeah,
and life is different. So don't focus on one country only or one opportunity only.
Okay.
Yeah. So thank you so much, and goodbye to everyone who had the opportunity to come here. Yeah.
Yeah.